A plane just fell out the sky in Boca Raton. As you can see by this picture, it tried to land on the highway where it burst into flames, y'all.
Grand rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who's been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, man. I want to go ahead and say, if you having a tough one, bro, you having a rough ass day, bro, keep your head up. Keep your head up, because when you got your head down, bro, your crown falling. Keep that shit up. Trust me. I know it's tough out here. I know life be lifing. But I want to let y'all know, like, bro, this is a place for y'all to come and be. It's a safe place. A place where you can come and unwind, let go, learn, and just detach from, like, the distractions of the world. But I hope y'all having a smooth 7. I hope y'all good. Hope y'all spirits is up. Might be a trigger 1 or 2. I hope not. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
So, did you know China banned time travel?
What do you mean?
Listen.
How was that traveling? No,
exactly,
that's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So listen. So if China, right, banned time travel, made it illegal for time travel, what does that mean?
That shit is true, fam.
That means time travel is possible.
No way.
Now here's my theory.
Yeah.
What if time travel isn't something that you make with a machine, but it's something you access with your spiritual side? That's why everybody can do it, but not everybody can unlock it. Because what if a time travel machine doesn't exist? What if it's onto a different realm that we can understand in a different way?
Okay, it's like,
because how would time and space translate to a machine? Feel me?
Yeah.
It wouldn't. But time and space does kind of manifest in yourself. Look, in a sense, when you dream of something that happened in the past, is that not necessarily like time travel?
Not necessarily.
But you still remember things from it. So you kind of put yourself in that time travel position.
Yeah.
But if to live it exactly how it is that time travel?
Oh.
Is it a reach for me to think maybe it's the brain? What if it's when we meditating? Am I on to something, or is it too far of a reach? Am I saying too much, or am I not saying enough? Am I not on it yet? Y'all let me know. I think it's in the brain. Like, I think it's in us. I think it's if you can unlock it or not. And I think it comes when you meditate. That's what I think. Maybe dreaming and meditation. That's the only 2 ways I can see it going down. A deep ass meditation. I don't know. Y'all let me know if it's a reach. Spam it up.
Hey y'all, remember I've been saying like the shift is here? Well, it's literally here. Japan, the country that is known for rice, has officially run out of rice. They are literally tapping into their reserves, like the things that you tap into during the times of war and national crisis. Now, when it comes to Japan and rice, it's not just about food. This is sacred. This is tradition that has been passed down for centuries. Rice is used in offerings, prayers, weddings, all kinds of ceremonies. And to further add more injury to insult, the elders that are currently maintaining the rice fields, they're getting old, you know. They're getting ready to transcend to the next life. And the younger generation, you know, they're chasing screen times and salaryman job, and they don't want to work in the fields. They don't want to be out in the sun. They want to be in the AC. So now you have nobody to tend to the fields. So guess what? No rice. This is not the first time nor the second time that Japan has tapped into its reserve. They said this is the 3rd time, and this is most likely the last because they have nobody else to tend to the fields. So what does this tell you guys? Is this like a collapse of identity in a sense, because this is traditions that's passed down, so now you got nobody else to pass it down to? What's next? So yeah, y'all, I think that shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it, y'all. Peace in.
I think the word is evolution. They're evolving. They're changing. Nothing's wrong.
So a plane just fell out the sky in Boca Raton. As you can see by this picture, it tried to land on the highway where it burst into flames, y'all. We just had an incident with a helicopter in New York that crashed in the Hudson River because the helicopter fell apart in the sky. The video of the plane looks something straight out of a movie. I'm not going to show because you know how TikTok be. A Cessna took off from Boca, which was supposed to be a normal flight to Tallahassee. But 10 minutes in the flight, the pilot radios in that it's a mechanical failure. So he tried to turn the plane around, but it was already too late. That plane, it came down hard, y'all. It landed on the highway, burst into a fireball. 3 people were on board, all gone. The plane ended up hitting a car, as you can see right there, would burst into flames, but the driver made it out alive. It's crazy, y'all. Another mechanical failure. Was that the same thing that happened with that helicopter? Like, I'm starting to think that they got like a kill switch. I'm not saying that's what happened, but just think about it. All these planes falling out the sky, colliding into each other. Like, what is really going on? Life be fragile. One minute you flying high, the next one you going bye-bye. Condolence once again to the people who lost their life and the people who was affected by this.
I just about jumped out of bed when I found out what this movie was actually about. So him follows this new football player who's being coached by an aging football player on the team. And they're inside this secluded training camp. And immediately when I looked at this, I felt like this was body horror. I felt like the football was made out of human skin and that's why there's blood. I also thought about the athletes that were like concussed and went crazy and like ended their whole family. I feel like something like that could be incorporated. This is Jordan Peele, so I feel like anything's on the table. I've also heard people say maybe he has to sacrifice himself or others and able to be on the team. And you know, people talk about rituals with the elite, so I think it'd be so cool to have a movie focused on this, especially one focused on athletes versus like singers, influencers, actors. I'm also like, could the quarterback who's leaving that's like training him be the center of this cult? Maybe he's being like worshipped, or maybe he's like Diddy, or he's in too deep and he's warning him. This movie has so much potential and I know Jordan Peele won't let us down. He's the producer on this. He put his like green stamp on it. So I'm expecting great things and I'm sure he'll deliver. He always come over here for longer freaky videos.
Oh my god, oh my god, look you guys.
Hả? Cô lao cái chuồng này chưa cô lao ạ. Cô lao một dao chưa? Cái luôn nè.
Hey, that's a rabbit hole I didn't know. I didn't know they did that to what, I can't say the word, but what they be drinking. That's crazy. So if they doing that to, if they did that then, what's, because there's sometimes I see comments of people saying ain't nothing wrong with the tap water. We can go even deeper. If they did that to, in the Prohibition era, they'd do that to the water, our tap water. That's the water we shower with. That's the water, bro, that's the water you brush your teeth with. If they doing that to that, what they doing? We already know what they doing to the food, so that ain't even a question, but just it confirms all the shit that we always keep saying and the little things we get to see. Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy. I wonder what was that. I know the reasoning behind the prohibition. Spam it up, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all feel. More rabbit holes we could dive down. More conspiracy theories that I ain't even know about. Spam it up, man. Let's go as deep as possible. Y'all let me know if y'all ready for that.
So I can't say it, but I'm telling you, I know what's going to happen next. How much metal you have in your body will affect you when this thing happens. It has to do with frequency. Okay, so that I stay safe, that I can come back, and I stay alive, I want to tell you something. I will give you a hint to what he showed me. It's going to happen, and you have to get rid of these metals in your body. And it could happen tomorrow. It could happen, but they're going to say it's something else. You're going to have to do your own thinking about this. I don't want to get in trouble, but just stick a piece of foil in a microwave, and picture that in your body. And now,
Chlorophyll, chlorophyll, chlorophyll.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The Hollow Earth Theory. The Hollow Earth Theory is a captivating concept that suggests the Earth is not solid but rather hollow, with openings at the poles leading to a mysterious inner realm. Proponents of this theory believe that within the Earth's core exists a hidden civilization, possibly more advanced than our own. They argue that ancient cultures like the Mayans and Egyptians possessed knowledge of this inner world, as depicted in their intricate artworks and texts. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Hollow Earth theory is the idea of a central sun. Instead of our familiar sun, supporters propose that a miniature sun exists at the center of the Earth, providing light and warmth to the inner inhabitants. Evidence cited for this theory includes anomalous compass readings near the poles, strange seismic activity, and alleged sightings of UFOs entering and exiting the Earth through polar openings. Some even speculate that mythical lands like Atlantis and Shambhala might be located within the Hollow Earth, serving as sanctuaries for advanced civilizations throughout history.
It be stuff like this that really makes you wonder, is there more to our buildings than we think there is? Don't get me wrong, I know this is just an artificial picture, but it's the thought that it sparks though. There really could be a whole underground network of civilization that we just don't see every day. Like, bro, this shit is so thought-provoking. Like, look, this is us. Like, this is what we see every day. You don't realize this whole thing could just be underneath us. With walking through it, and we just don't even know. It really do just make you think, bro. Is we being shown everything that's here? Shit. I don't know, maybe something fishy going on there.
So I see comments all the time of people being like, bro, why does it matter if there's an inner Earth? Why does it matter if the Earth's a globe or if it's flat? And you know, because there's some people who will want to insult those people back when they ask that type of stuff, right? I'm gonna look at it from a different perspective here. So we need those type of people. The people who gonna just say, okay, yes, I'm gonna take what I'm told, or I'm not gonna question. It's not thought provoking to me. We need those people because it's the good and the bad. It's the good and the ugly. So you got those people who may not do the thought provoking shit, but then you got people like us who do that, who will do that. So we need people like that because we got guidelines on what to look at and where not to go. Y'all get what I mean? So if you're a thought-provoking person, that's good. That's what we supposed to do. If you're not, that's good. That's cool. Do that because we're going to do opposite. And we need that. We need it. We may not want it, but we need it though. We need them to not think. We need them to not think because it shows us what we could do. You get what I mean? So if you're a person who be like, man, inner Earth is possibly something that could be there. It could be real. Or if you saying, oh, bro, I agree with this last clip. There is extra buildings. There is underground. They hit a reset. They did this. They did that. The people who just shake their head and say, okay, everything is what it is, let them be. We need that. It gives us the opportunity to be different. It gives us the opportunity to actually think. It gives us the opportunity to actually go research some shit. You know what I mean? We gonna be the change. They wouldn't. But they're gonna do something good in their own way. If we see it, we don't. We may see it, we may not. But we have to see them and say, okay, you don't question. I know what I need to do. I know what I don't need to do, and you're a perfect example of that. Learn from everything, bro. Literally, learn from everything. We can learn from them. Just don't do what they do. That's the best. That's the best lesson right there. Let me know if that's too far of a reach. But I'm just trying to show us there's different ways to go about shit, not waste energy on sending insults or talking bad about anyone, or you know what I mean. Let me know if y'all agree.
The real truth, you better wake up and find out, has been around you all of your life. You just didn't see it. Example, Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John Kennedy was elected to Congress 1946. Abe Lincoln was elected president in 1860. John Kennedy was elected president 1960. The names Lincoln and Kennedy both contain 7 letters. Both presidents were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both of the presidents' wives lost children while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday in the head. President Lincoln's secretary was named Miss Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Miss Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated Kennedy, in 1939. Both assassins were known by 3 names: John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald. Both names are comprised of 15 letters. President Lincoln was shot in a theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a car named Lincoln, made by Ford. John Wilkes Booth ran to a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Booth and Oswald were both assassinated before they could go to trial. And a week before Lincoln was shot, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A week before Kennedy was shot, he was with Marilyn Monroe.
The truth is hidden in plain sight, and this is how they hide everything. If you are looking for the knowledge that has been hidden from us, if you want to know the meaning behind these symbols, if you want to know who controls the world, this ebook will literally unveil that to you, and ye shall know the truth, and truth shall set you free.
That family business of theirs, it's all for entertainment, bro.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. So this right here shows all the conspiracy theories, from the most well-known ones that we all know to the darkest of the dark. This series we're going to be going from the most well-known ones to the darkest of the dark, which will probably keep you up all night. Having to do the research into all of these is probably going to disturb the hell out of me, but you know, I'm doing it for you guys, so make sure you hit that follow button. Part 1, let's go. Today we're going to be talking about Area 51, but not how you think. Trust me, this is wild. This guy right here is Bob Lazar. Now, he used to work at Area 51. Now, Area 51 is, of course, one of the biggest conspiracy theories out there. What is it? Why can't we go near there? Is it just a military base? Bob claims he used to work there, reverse engineering alien craft. Now, this right here is his actual drawing of an alien craft. Yeah, crazy, right? This is where it gets mental. Absolutely mental. I think Area 51 is this place, right? According to Bob, this is not where all the crazy stuff happened. It's actually down the road here, in a place called Area S4. Area S4 is located up in the mountains, completely top secret, and nobody knows really what it is until Bob came out about it. Bob claims he would be taken to Area S4, which is an underground facility where he would work on the alien craft. Put the coordinates into Google and look at this place, it's just crazy. The road which leads straight up to it, the road ends right there, and then there's just like holes in the ground. So there is definitely something there. What I'm saying is all from Bob. There is literally a documentary about this. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, you may have seen it. Yeah. Let me know what you think, because this is crazy. The series is about to get a whole lot crazier, so make sure you hit that follow button. I'll see you in the next one.
I somehow fell down the disturbing rabbit hole that is the Bob Ross theory. This theory is not for the faint of heart. It is also just completely a theory, completely not factual, all allegations. But it is super weird to think about. So the theory goes, Bob Ross was secretly a serial unaliver, and all of his landscape portraits, his happy little accidents, were the different places that he hid the people that are not around anymore due to him. And this theory came from the fact that a lot of the landscapes that he painted matched up with places that remains had been found. And also the timeline of things added up. For example, one was based in the summer of 1980. He went to go to visit a friend's wedding, and then coincidentally, in the summer of 1980, they found what was left of somebody hidden, not only in the location that he was in that summer, to a T was found in the exact location that he painted, in the exact landscape that he painted. There are several others. You are welcome to do your own deep dive. Like I said, none of this is fact, but coincidences are coincidences, and sometimes it just makes you wonder.
So him saying that, the clip about Kennedy and Lincoln, I shouldn't say we know that family business is for entertainment. For me, it's for entertainment. So when I see red or blue, I think entertainment. I think they funny as hell. It's reality TV to me. I could go to watch CNN, or I can go watch Zeus Network, or Now That's TV, and to me they're all the same. One just using verbal words to attack each other, the other one's physical and verbal. But it both is causing division in some little way, form, or fashion. And they causing the consumer to pick up a certain type of energy based off watching whatever they're watching. In my opinion, let me know if that's a reach to you. But how I see it is, it's a stage. Like he just said, there was too many coincidences. That Lincoln and Kennedy, that wasn't too many coincidences. Y'all let me know if that's a reach. So I shouldn't say it's entertainment. That's speaking for everybody, and I don't want to speak for everybody. I'm speaking for myself. And to those who agree with me, y'all let me know if y'all do. But to me, there's too many coincidences. It's a stage. We know it's a family business. Come on, bro. Do we need to go down that rabbit hole? Do we need to go down that rabbit hole? That's a family business, bro. That's a family business, and that's why we ain't gonna go that way. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. Spam it up. And Bob Ross do give me weird vibes. He do.
Okay, stop scrolling. I'm about to prove to you we live on this and not on this. And also, at the same time, prove to you that God's word is true and accurate. First of all, they got us believing that these rockets are leaving Earth, when in fact they can't because of this. The firmament. And here's the proof. Let me introduce y'all to Wernher von Braun, which is known as the father of NASA. He also helped develop the Saturn V rocket, which allegedly took Apollo 11 to the moon. On his grave, he quoted a Bible verse, Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And the Hebrew translation for firmament is extended surface, solid expanse. The vault of heaven or firmament regarded by Hebrews as solid and supporting the waters above it. We take a look at the book of Job, chapter 37, verse 18. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. So the firmament that is supporting the waters above is literally made out of glass. Anyways, have you guys noticed when they launch these rockets, they never go straight up, they always curve? And it almost looks like they're taking the shape of the firmament. I mean, we could see it in Disney's logo. Wernher von Braun and Walt Disney were best friends. It also has a little strange pattern going through it. Isaiah 40:22, is it he that sitteth upon the circle, not ball, of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Again, stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Here's a test. Would you say this looks like a circle and a tent to dwell in? Or this looks like a circle and a tent to dwell in? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. God's word is true. He wants a relationship with you and not a religion. Anyways, like, follow, and share for more. And like always, God bless.
So it could be 1727 now?
It just could be. What if nearly 300 years of history never happened? Stay with me. In 1991, a German historian named Hermann Illig proposed something that shakes the very foundation of time itself, the phantom time hypothesis. His claim? The years 614 to 911 AD were completely fabricated. They don't exist. They were inserted into history, and we've been living in a false timeline ever since. Now, who would do this? And why? Enter Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII. Three powerful figures who supposedly conspired to alter historical records and manipulate the calendar. Why? Because Otto III wanted to rule in the symbolic year 1000 AD, a number that carries power, prophecy, and legitimacy. But instead of waiting, they fast-forwarded history itself. Now, think about this. We have written records from this missing period, sure. But where are the artifacts, the architecture, the undeniable physical proof? You'd expect 297 years to leave more behind, yet it's eerily scarce. And if this sounds impossible, just remember, Tartaria was erased from history. If they can erase entire civilizations, why not rewrite time itself?
This is just a theory, not a fact.
If they erased a civilization, how many other ones did they erase also?
From now on, when you in the city, I want you to start paying attention to buildings that's like this. Pay close attention to them. Put your eye on them. And really look at them, how they're structured. And ask yourself, why are they so uneven? Like, it's not evenly based on the ground. Like, it's slanted down and shit. Really look at those type of buildings. Put your eye on them. And I want you to just ask yourself, why do some of these buildings be looking like that? Why are they so off like that? Ain't that supposed to be straight and stable? Why it look like something happened? Maybe it's not supposed to be like that. It's like some type of flood or landslide happened and it just covered up a bunch of buildings. So they just uneven now. Almost as if it might be more underneath them or something. Oh no. It really does just make you question, if it was just meant to be a basement, why are the windows deep down in there? Like, when you just make like a little small window? Because don't get me wrong, I know exactly what egress windows are. I know exactly what they are and how they're supposed to look. Yeah, this is not that, bruh. This just looks off and strange. No, something's fishy going on here.
Question everything. Mud flood?
So Black Mirror just dropped this real life commercial and it's got people asking, what the hell is nubbin? So you guys see this cute little button that's on the side of his temple? Yeah, that's what it is. This device claims to hold your memories and it can have you star in your favorite movies and television shows. So it's a whole virtual experience that you get to experience in the physical reality. Turn it on, their eyes go blank and then they look up. You see that? They're looking up. Then they say don't look up. Why are they looking up?
Are we ready?
I believe this commercial is alluding to something much bigger that's getting ready to take place, like I've been saying, and this is a sign for the chosen ones. So we're going to break this down, y'all. They even have celebrities like Issa Rae joining in, and I will cover her in part 2, y'all. In the beginning of the commercial, we have this lady opens up and she directly looks at the camera and asks, are we ready? Implying that she's talking to a specific group of people. Now she's wearing a red and black jacket with the words Super Speed and Team 39 on it. Now let's break down the colors. The color black is the inner void. This is that creation energy. It's that Darku energy. It's that coiled up Kundalini Lilith energy that they don't want you to tap in. Now red is that outer fire. This is our blood. That's why we bleed red. This is that motion. It's that force, okay? This is that energy that they don't want you to balance. It's that divine feminine and the divine masculine. And this is also why it's in conjunction with Hades' original flag colors. Yes, that's right, the last empire. Now let's get with the numbers. Now her jacket says Team 39. Now that little device, where did she put it? She put it on her temple, which is reminiscent to her pineal gland. Y'all see that? The pineal gland, which you get the 3, the 6, and the 9, the 39, which is prophecy. This is prophecy that's about to happen to the plasma beings. That's why she says, are we ready? Remember when I told you she was speaking to a specific group of people? Look what team gives you. Team gives you 14. Guess what else gives you 14? Blacks and also God. I mean, look at the face she's giving you. You know the face that melanated woman made. Like, I'm talking to you. Now look at this scene over here. This girl on her shirt has the X with the striking vipers with a hat on it. Kind of looks like some type of bird or a snake, right? What if I told you that they were copying Egyptian mythology? Because the striking vipers on her shirt represents the rise of the Kundalini energy, and the X marks the spot because the 0 point energy, which is the heart, activates it. And she's got the bird on her hat for higher consciousness. This is akin to Egyptian mythology over here. Let's take the god Osiris or Osiris, which is the god of resurrection, the god of higher consciousness and higher knowledge. This is literally a rebirth into higher consciousness, so we're getting out of the video game. That's why you have 46 gives you striking vipers. God is speaking. Remember that melanated woman? She said it. And then 46 also gives you as it the Matrix, right? And then remember, right? She had the super speed on her jacket. Remember the super speed on her jacket? We are exiting the Matrix at super speed. That's why she said, are we ready? And did you know nubbin technology is not new? There's a saying, there's nothing new under the sun. The word nubbin comes from the word Nubian, like the 9 ether beings. That little device is akin to the activation of our pineal gland, accessing the higher mind, the higher consciousness, and we're going to be able to manipulate this reality to leave this realm. This is the activation of the higher mind, the higher body, the higher consciousness, the crystalline body. But yes, y'all, this is the shit I've been talking about. Something big is getting ready to happen and to be showing y'all in these commercials. But yes, y'all, I'll do a part 2 if this gets enough likes and views, and I'll tie Issa Rae and I Show Speed into this because it's happening at super speed. I told y'all. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
You know what's crazy? I seen a few comments quick to say, just quick to use the word, and I really dislike this word. I'm not gonna say hate. I dislike this word. Soon as that came out, I knew people was gonna be like, bro, it's debunked, it's fake. Whether it's real, whether it's fake. If it's in a commercial, if it's being shown to the public the way it popped out like that, you don't think they ain't use that? You don't think they ain't trying to get ready to use that? You don't think they getting us ready and prepared for something? What world do we live in when we think that they're gonna give us the worst shit and force it to us? Have they forced anything yet? Fast food restaurants, have they forced it on you? No. Cashless society, have they forced it on you yet? No. 2020, did they force it on you? No. It's a mind thing. If I'm gonna put you in position to do something I want you to do, I'm gonna learn you to the point where you don't even realize you're doing what the hell you don't want to do. Replay that again and listen to what I just said. Because if you say that's fake, for one, there's nothing new under the sun. For two, what's the end goal here? Don't they put things in movies and TV before they tell you it was true? That's the type of stuff that I deal with in the comments, and I take heat for it. Hey, but it is what it is. This for entertainment purposes. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man.
Viva Palestina, viva Sudán, viva Yemen, viva Puerto Rico.
I need to understand what he getting at. That's the second time we've seen. I think we saw the Pope do that. What does that mean? What does that mean? Why do they do that? They go to shake their hand and they pull it back hella fast. Like, what does that mean? I'm curious. I like to learn new things about other cultures, other countries, and things like that. But y'all let me know, man. I'm in the dark with that.
I have recently seen a video of someone using the word religion and putting in a R-E-legion. And it doesn't go very well in depth in describing that term, legion. So we're going to get it from the demonic source itself. A legion is a horde or a large number of people or things. It was originally a term for a military unit in Roman time. Religion, right? A legion was a large unit of men in the army, and the word is still used in many militaries. However, it also means a whole bunch of people doing anything. What does legion in the Bible mean? In the Bible, legion refers to a Roman military term used to describe a large number of demons. Specifically, in the story of Jesus encountering a man possessed by them, who has called himself Legion, because we are many. Religion. The term legion appears in the New Testament, specifically in Mark 5:9 and Luke 8:30, where a man possessed by a demon identifies himself as legion because we are many. Demon possession. The story depicts Jesus encountering a man tormented by demons, who is described as being so powerful that he breaks chains and is violent. Significance of term. The use of legion is significant because it evokes the image of a Roman legion, a large military unit, thus highlighting the vast number of demons possessing the man. And if you want me to get out, pause, read the rest, or you can Google this yourself. And again, a lot of people go to religion, which is a redefined term of legion. To do again. Y'all know about prefixes and all that? Hey, something to think about. That's all I'm saying.
What is wrong with the bird?
We got a glitch in the matrix.
He is frozen, stuck like.
We got a glitch in the matrix. Look at him.
What in the world?
The nigga neck only moving cause the wind blowing. This shit crazy. Look, now he we caught a glitch in the matrix.
They used to meet in secret to discuss their mathematical discoveries. Only members were allowed to attend. They had a secret emblem, the pentagram. Let's see what the topic is for today. It was our old friend Pythagoras who discovered that the pentagram was full of mathemagic. The two shorter lines combined exactly equal the third. And this line shows the magic proportions of the famous golden section. The second and third lines exactly equal the fourth. Once again we have the golden section. But this is only the beginning. Hidden within the pentagram is a secret for creating a golden rectangle, which the Greeks admired for its beautiful proportions and magic qualities. The star contains the golden rectangle many times over. It's a most remarkable shape. It can mathematically reproduce itself indefinitely. All these rectangles have exactly the same proportions. This figure also contains a magic spiral that repeats the proportions of the golden section into infinity. To the Greeks, the golden rectangle represented a mathematical law of beauty. We find it in their classical architecture. The Parthenon, perhaps one of the most famous of early Greek buildings, contains many golden rectangles. Proportions are also found in their sculpture. In the centuries that followed, the golden rectangle dominated the idea of beauty in architecture throughout the Western world. Think of a pentagram, Donald. Now put another inside, a third, and a fourth. No pencil is sharp enough to draw as fine as you can think, and no paper large enough to hold your imagination. In fact, it is only in the mind that we can conceive infinity. Mathematical thinking has opened the doors to the exciting adventures of science.
I've never seen so many doors before.
Each discovery leads to many others, an endless chain.
What's the matter with these doors? Hey, these doors won't open. They're locked.
Of course they are locked. These are the doors of the future, and the key is...
mathematics.
Right. Mathematics. The boundless treasures of science are locked behind those doors. In time, they will be opened by the curious and inquiring minds of future generations.
And that came with so many questions that I had.
The Teletubbies conspiracy theory claims that the show was inspired by events in a Bulgarian mental facility called La La Land. Psychotic children were purportedly isolated in dark rooms, and apparently 4 children who died on the same day inspired the characters in Teletubbies. Lala's facial disfigurement and 5 years of isolation inspired Lala. Tuatei, a deaf, facially deformed child, was tied to the fence outdoors and frostbitten, inspiring Tinky Winky. Donka, starving and unwell, inspired Dipsy by lying in his vomit for days. Ultimately, Paulina fell into a fire and was roasted alive, inspiring Poe. So why are they called the Teletubbies? The children's main source of comfort were the television sets in their room, and when they got word that the mental institution was getting rid of them, the children concocted a plan to hide the TVs. The children would rip out their insides to hide the miniature TV sets that were too big to swallow, only to be found dead by the returning caregivers the next morning.
Hell no, that last part gotta be a reach, bro.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Part 4. The Grinch has a well-known backstory about hating Christmas. However, eventually in the movie, his heart grows 3 sizes and he loves Christmas once again. But this story may continue longer than we think. It is clear that the Grinch isn't exactly right in the head, but during one of the Grinch's wacky stunts, he could have gotten a head injury. This injury would later take a toll on him as he grew old and caused him to lose his memory. After him and his dog died, They were given a new life in a realm called Halloween Town, where they now lived as Jack Skellington and Zero. He later reunites with his love for Christmas, just like he had when he was alive. Both eventually wear a Santa suit, both deliver presents, and both have a doll companion. It may be possible that How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Nightmare Before Christmas are tied together.
Hey, I heard that before, but don't come at me in the comments, right? So I've never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas. I know. Don't grill me in the comments. Don't cook me. But I asked y'all, I think, around last Christmas. That last clip in The Grinch when he's looking down at Cindy Lou. If I'm not mistaken, his eyes and his teeth made me ask, is he one of those green people? Would y'all... It could be a reach, but again, it's worth the question.
Be careful on TikTok. Now hear me out. This is a thought I've been getting as of recently. As you guys know, my name is 21-year-old woke Russian, and I'm trying to be a content creator. I'm trying to create good content for you guys. So I spend time on TikTok trying to find trending sounds, trying to study, algorithm or other content creators' pages and stuff. But obviously we're all victim to it. We all end up endlessly scrolling on TikTok, and all of a sudden time just flies by. That's why I think it's called TikTok. TikTok, because you end up looking at the time and it's been like 2 hours and you've been on TikTok and you're like, what the? So hear me out. I just say be careful is because as of lately, I feel like the trend of obviously TikTok is exponentious, if that's even a word. It's going up, and this is the hottest thing right now. It's been the hottest thing, and we understand that 15-second to 30-second videos is what it is. You all like watching 15 to 30-second videos. You might not even end up watching this whole video because you're going to just synchronistically scroll out of it. So our brains are getting rewired to watch 15 to 30-second content every single day. And all of a sudden, what I'm starting to realize, and I don't know if this is just common sense, and social media is obviously linked to our, mental and our brain status, but it feels like I just can't get my thoughts under control. I feel like I get a thought and I instantly switch to another thought, and I don't have any form of ADD. And I just feel like as of lately, like I just can't sit on one thought. It just goes like this, like this, like this, like this, and it's getting hard to sleep. And it just really sucks. And I'm just really wondering if TikTok is the enemy for doing this to me. So I'm going to limit my time on TikTok. I'm just going to make content, get out of this app, come back, and then, respond to people's comments and then make some more content. But let me know in the comments if you've experienced this, or maybe I'm just tripping and I'm just out here wearing a tinfoil hat type shit. But this is what I've been experiencing. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same, or what are your thoughts on TikTok. And also just be careful on this app because you can endlessly scroll for hours and hours and hours and not realize it. So follow me for more. I post about crypto, my entrepreneurial journey. I post about prepper stuff. I just post a whole bunch of stuff. So don't miss out.
Yeah, I don't have that issue. I don't spend that much time on it though.
If what the CIA knows about Mars is true, I definitely wouldn't want to tell anyone what happened there either. I'm sure you've heard of the declassified 1984 time travel mission they went on to the Red Planet 1 million years into the past. If you haven't, then well, they did. Here's the official report, and yes, it's on the CIA's website. Now this was a remote viewing mission, meaning they hired a professional psychic to astral project himself to Mars and tell them what he saw, which admittedly sounds like hocus pocus, but they did release other documents called the Gateway Process that sort sorta tells us astral projection is kinda real. And to be fair, they didn't even tell the psychic where they were sending him, but what he saw confirms exactly what they were expecting. But remote viewing in general is still just a hard pill to swallow, I agree with you. Well, what if this wasn't the first time they visited Mars, because they already sent a manned mission to the Red Planet 10 years before that. Project Red Sun is the rumored joint mission between the United States and the Soviet Union that claims to have done just that. As the Cold War was ramping up in the 60s and 70s, both nations had come to terms that global thermonuclear war would be a little catastrophic to say the least. So they allegedly launched a covert, super ultra top secret black op project to plan a backup civilization on Mars. After NASA allegedly went to the moon from 1969 to 1972, Project Red Sun tells us they didn't stop there. In 1973, they launched a secret mission from a facility in the Amazon jungle, as far away from usual launch sites as possible in order to keep it hidden. A manned mission with a full crew that was sent on the Interplanetary Space Vehicle, the ISV Columbus. A little over 5 months of space travel later, they landed on Mars, and even took videos of the entire journey, which were obviously all super highly classified and never shown to the public. A convenient excuse until they got leaked. In 2011, Italian journalist Luca Scantamburlo revealed in a press conference that Project Red Sun was real, with testimonials and emails from people directly involved. The journalist shows what he claimed to be real photos leaked by a Project Red Sun whistleblower from the surface of Mars, taken by astronauts who were there. Some of them even feature signs of civilization, with one of them showing a step pyramid in the background on Mars. He insists they're real, but I mean, come on, blurry photos with a red filter can easily be faked, and clearly NASA has denied them all. But then the journalist drops this, an alleged leaked video of the entire Project Red Sun mission. We see a card that introduces the spacecraft, the ISV Columbus, in 1973. Astronauts floating in the cabin as they log their journey to the Red Planet. There's a shot that shows the Earth and Moon far away in the distance as we get to day 100. Then day 158, and we see it. The spacecraft approaches what appears to be Mars in classic shaky cam footage. It gets nearer, and we see Mars' signature landmarks and reddish colors start to show. ISV Columbus gets closer and closer, showing more of Mars' terrain, polar ice caps, and craters in the shots. Then they descend to the surface, which the video does appear extremely blurry here, but it's also kind of exactly what we got with the moon landings. It touches down, and we see some weird thing crawling on or maybe under the surface, and the video ends. Apparently, there's much more, but this is all that got leaked. But my friends, as much as I would love for this to be real, it turns out this video is almost definitely fake. Taken from other NASA missions to the moon, stitched and compiled together with satellite footage from Mars to make it look like people actually landed there. And the photos would have been even easier to fake. Just take moon landing photos, make them blurry, and apply red filters to them. Wait a minute, did I just debunk myself? Hold up, the real big question here is why would NASA even want to cover up arguably humanity's greatest achievement and not brag to the world about it? Well, in 1971, they took their first ever close-up photos of the surface of Mars from their Mariner 9 spacecraft. Over 7,000 images covering about 85% of Mars' surface. So if something was there, they saw it. In 1972, just a year later, NASA publicly ends their totally real moon landing Apollo program. Another year after that is 1973, when Project Red Sun to Mars is said to have taken place. Did they see something in those satellite photos they didn't want the public to know about? Then cancel the Apollo program to covertly send humans to Mars to check it out? Was the infamous face on Mars just the tip of the iceberg they accidentally let slip out? If there was evidence of something like a civilization that existed on Mars that got wiped out, I can promise you the government would not want the public to know about that, because that's exactly what they found out during the CIA's remote viewing mission of Mars in 1984, which, unlike the highly rumored Project Red Sun, is totally real and fully declassified. Back when the CIA was dabbling with psychic warfare in the middle of their Project Stargate, where they worked with psychics and attempted to gather intel through astral projection and such. This is the science of remote viewing, where a psychic is induced into a susceptible state to see exactly what's happening somewhere and some when else. So they got this guy, Joel McGonigal, a decorated intelligence officer on the ESP spectrum, to go on one of their most important missions. Joe went into a room with a researcher and was given a sealed envelope which was his destination, and was asked to describe what he saw without looking into the envelope. He saw, get ready for this, tall pyramids, large obelisks, and a tall, thin, shadowy people who appeared to be dying. After the test, he opens the envelope to see that it reads, the planet Mars, 1 million years BC, exactly where he remote viewed into. It's also interesting why the CIA would choose 1 million BC as their time of destination. Like, wouldn't it be more interesting and practical to see what's there right now? Unless, of course, they already did know from a certain Project Red Sun, where they saw firsthand what's really there and decided to go back in time to see what it used to be. During these tests, this, Joe claims to have seen a past civilization, a dying race of people who were devastated by some global catastrophe, one that appeared to have been destroyed by nuclear warfare, and we even have scientific evidence for it. In 2012, when Curiosity landed on Mars, chemical analysis revealed that the top layer of Martian soil contained high amounts of xenon-129. And the only thing on Earth that creates this isotope of xenon are nuclear explosions. Every time we've tested nukes on Earth, we see traces of xenon-129 in the ground around it. Martian soil contained amounts 2.5 times higher than what we have on Earth. Physicist Dr. John Brandenburg adamantly stands by the theory that an ancient Martian civilization was destroyed by nuclear war, claiming that nuclear weapons experts confirm the signatures found in Martian soil could have only resulted from nukes and no other process can produce that. He also found 2 hot spots on Mars that had abnormally high radiation levels, with the level of xenon in the soil indicating this is where the nukes were dropped and would have been around 1,000 megatons each. For comparison, the largest nuke ever tested, the Tsar Bomba by the Soviet Union, was 50 megatons. Dating the xenon isotopes in the ground shows that these nukes would have been detonated about 200 million years ago. We have substantial evidence that Mars had water and an atmosphere many hundreds of millions of years ago, and we don't exactly know what happened to it. Perhaps a civilization once existed there who either destroyed themselves with nuclear weapons or, even worse, were visited by another race who did. And if that is the case, what's stopping that other race from coming back?
Look, to hear him talk about somebody astral projecting millions of years makes me think again. Deep meditation state allows you to time travel. Entertainment purposes though. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's what make me question it and make me think that. Y'all let me know if that's a reach. I don't think there's other planets. I think there's other land past the ice walls or inner Earth, things like that. And I think if we're talking about if there was other life forms there, they traveling to Mars, they're probably going past the ice walls. I mean, I would think if they're saying that. And it's probably not even called Mars, it's probably called something else. They just giving us the breadcrumbs. And then, y'all know how they do. They lie to us. They tell us the truth, but they lie to us. And then part of me thinks that if that's what they doing, then we probably were over there. And who's to say if they time travel, they probably time traveled saying it's Mars when really it was our homeland. If they time traveling, what if they're seeing what we did to ourselves in the future? Now remember, we seen clips of alien species tied up by government officials, and he says that. He says that in the video. Do y'all not, or do y'all remember me posting that? And he says in the video, we destroyed ourselves, so we're from the future and we're coming back to see ourselves, which is you guys, and we're trying to figure out how we can stop this from happening. I'm just asking questions here, just connecting dots. It could be a reach, it could not be a reach, but it's worth the question. Let me know if I'm reaching.
So now an eyewitness has come out and spoken about what actually happened. He said he was there with his daughters and they were under the exact same tent as Carmelo. He said, first of all, it wasn't on school property, so that could explain why the school couldn't provide video. It was a community track meet, and the kids bring something to clean their cleats. So that could explain why Carmelo had the knife. He said Carmelo was sitting there on his phone. Austin and his brother wasn't even under the tent. He said they came from a totally different tent. They walked up to Carmelo and started picking with him. He said words were said back and forth. Then they grabbed him and started punching him. He said they jumped him. They jumped Carmelo. Now, I don't know about y'all, but 2-on-1 ain't no rules. He said then Carmelo goes in his backpack, gets his knife, and you know the rest that happened. This would explain why Austin's dad is speaking the way he's speaking, because he knows his sons are at fault. It's a tragedy that a life was lost in this situation, but according to this eyewitness, it sounds like it was self-defense.
Wait, so what happened? I need to look and see what happened. Like, why? I mean, that's just some guy, teenage guy, young guy shit. Just dudes walking up. It's a bunch of them. Could be 2 of them. And regardless the color, this is just what dudes do. Dudes, I almost use some language. Dudes mess with each other sometimes. We pick with each other. It's ego. That's why I don't deal with dudes. That's why I don't kick it with too many dudes, because of that situation. They get jealous. They feel like they feeling they sell too much. They want to see how strong they are, how tough they is. So they got their homies with them. They want to try shit. And you F around until you find out. But I don't know what happened. prayers to anybody affected in this situation. But if somebody jump somebody and y'all trying to get, hey, you gotta get what get done. I'm just saying, that's what happens. You can't go around picking with people and think that you're not gonna get effed with back. That's just my 2 cents. But I gotta look a little further. I don't wish no ill will towards anybody, and I don't want nobody having any casualties. So y'all let me know, spam it up, let me know what happened there. I'm gonna look too. But y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I love y'all, Collective. Until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my count. Sheesh.